Okay, I'm here to teach you about the differences between Dominion and Heart of Crown. They're both very similar games. They both have 10 action cards. These are exactly the same, almost exactly the same. Royal Maids are 3 for 2 victory points instead of 1. Senators are duchies for 3 victory points, and dukes are provinces for 6 victory points. Cities are silver for 2, and large cities are gold for 3. Curses are curses. They don't subtract victory points from you, but they do take up space in your deck. One of the interesting differences is that the starting cards, which are apprentice maids, which I'll show you later, and farming villages are not available for purchase. You also have 10 action cards, only 8 of which, distinct ones, well, it's actually technically 12 action cards, only 10 of which, or 8 of which are visible at any one time. They do stack, as you can see, there are 3 traders here, 1 licky piece, 2 confederation, blah blah blah. We're pretty much going to ignore these this game. I think we're going to get just 1, probably contribution. Okay, so the other difference is that you can buy a princess for 6 on one of your turns instead of buying any cards. You just buy a princess, and there are 8 different princesses, 4 of which are generally relevant, and 5 of which are generally relevant, and 3 of which are fairly situational. Let's see. Then there's sort of this building. What you're doing, the thematic is that you're backing a princess to succeed the throne as the king has died or whatever. And so there's sort of this structural thing where you put your princess down and you put down some like cities that represent her territory, and you can store actions from one turn to the next on those territories if the action costs as much as that territory or less. And then you also, instead of just having victory cards in your deck, like in Dominion, and then winning when the game ends or whatever, you actually have to play your victory cards onto your princess after you play her. Once you get to 20, everybody else has one more turn to get to 20, and if anybody does, then you race to 30, otherwise you just win. And if you have to race to 30, then the person who gets to 30 just wins. No more catch-up turns or anything. Okay, so I'm going to start with 3 because I'm going to do the simplest strategy. I'm going to show you the most basic strategy that exists. It's just the money rush. So we're just going to do a large city. That's unfortunate. Alright, we're going to get lucky piece and city. I wanted there to be another contribution, which it was not to be. It's fine though. Okay, I've got another city. I have 6, but I don't want to get a princess yet because you'll notice that these have -2 victory points, and these do not. When you play a princess, it costs 6. They all cost 6. And you must use your 3 most expensive territories as her domain. So if I buy one now, I would use 1 city, 2 cities, which note that means they will not be in my deck anymore, which can be bad if you don't have a lot of money in your deck. And I would have to use 1 farming village, which can't store any actions because it only costs 1, and has -2 victory points. So that doesn't seem good for my strategy. I should probably buy a large city, because large cities are very, very strong in this. Okay. They're targeting me with attacks that give me curses if I don't already have them. Okay, we're just going to keep going for the money rush. I reveal curse. Okay, I'm going to use draw card. Okay. 4. I'm going to keep going for the money rush. I really want that contribution, but I want to get it when I can also buy a city. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted. Contribution and a city. Alright, get another large city. kind of getting close to where I want to be. Okay, I want to start buying victory cards this turn. I have enough to get, so because I'm gonna reshuffle my deck in like 20 cards. It's like 16 cards, like 3 turns, maybe 4 turns. And so, then that's gonna be turn 16, and I wanna blitz to win after that. Okay. Alright, this is perfect. This is the perfect turn to buy Lulunasaika because I can use all this money. I can pay 1 to get rid of this farming village. I still have exactly 6 to get Lulunasaika. So she just comes with 6 victory points. That's her ability. And now I can put events costing up to 6, 3, and 3. But I don't have any events, so it doesn't matter. But I just have a ton of money, and I'm just going to buy dukes. And you see, like, now I have 2 senators and a duke, which is almost enough. And I'm just going to get 1 coin here for another senator. Now I actually have enough victory points to win the game in my deck. It's turn 16. We're gonna keep blitzing it. It's the home stretch right now. Okay, so I don't have any reason, but there's no reason not to do this because I can still buy a senator. Bam. Guess I'll save this for another turn because then I effectively have more cards in another hand, and now I am 2 points away from winning the game. I only have 7 cards left in my hand. Let's try to see if I can get another card. Okay, and then bam. They have 1 turn. Bam. Done. Turn 20. And I win. So that's the most basic strategy. You just buy a bunch of money. I bought no action cards that entire. I bought 1 action card, and it was a card that got rid of cards from my deck. So I didn't tell you what anything does. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm just playing. I'm playing the can you beat me in 20 turns game. And you can always pursue that strategy. And if your opponent's doing some kind of convoluted snowball strategy, then you put the question on them that, like, how can you accelerate that strategy enough? Well, good luck.